Hey everybody, welcome back. It is I, Uncle Greg, aka the Free American Spirit, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Deus 2 metal detector that just came in. If you watched my last video, I got a mystery box from a new dealer. I'm real happy with them. I'm not big for pre-orders, but I did see the Deus 2 on some video reviews, and so I went ahead and pre-ordered one even though it was late in the pre-order. But I was really lucky because I got it with the 11-inch coil and they got a second batch, so I didn't have to wait really long. So I'm happy with their customer service and their delivery. But looking at the box, there it is. And I was telling you in my last video that I did a mystery box, and yes, I am going to take the mystery box. I'm going to give away a pinpointer. I'm going to give away the pinpointer holder, and then we're going to take a look at this, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks about it in my initial first impressions after I get it out of the box. So lots to go on. Watch the video all the way through and enjoy this little spot from our sponsor. Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short break with our sponsor. And that's right, you sponsor us. So please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that little bell icon and you'll be notified every time we have one. If you really love us, leave some comments. Google's algorithm loves that. It helps the channel. And of course, we put links, and some of them are affiliate links. Amazon, you can buy whatever you want. We'll get a small commission, costs you nothing more, but it helps us put videos like this out. So hey, let's get to it. Just to show you what's inside the box, so we have a charging clip. If you look at those two little metal points down there, they will go right there when you charge it. So to use that charging clip, you'll have a little wire like that. There's actually two. That round one on the end there, that one, that goes to the control box. And then that one is the same as you use for the headphones. So that will clip right into the top on this. All right, and then the headphones also has a little port like that. And then this round one will go to the back of the control box, or remote control. You take that little plug out and you'll charge them in, and then the other end is a USB, which that's what this white little block is for, and you'll plug that into the, there's prongs here, you'll plug that into the wall with the USB part of them. All right, so that's how you charge the headphones, the coil, and the remote control. All right guys, so this one wiring harness actually connects all three of these units up. So that separate cord that I was telling you about that I thought went to here is actually for downloading software from your computer. It's a USB port. It'll plug into this and you'll download the software, and then it'll plug into the control box. You'll download the software. Any event, to make a long story short, so right now nothing is on, as you can see, right? And nothing is on there, as you can see. And then the coil will blink every once in a while because it does have a little bit of a charge, but there it goes. So I plug the USB in. First thing we're going to do is charge up the metal detector using the free solar power. Ooh, go look at those videos. This will be the first things that I really charge other than my lawnmower battery. So the headphones, you can see the little battery icon is now charging. The battery icon is on. You can see that charging, hopefully up there. And now we have a solid 9. So I'm taking my wife out to eat for Valentine's Day, but I'll be back in seconds to you. I also have a little part for your arm strap, which will feed through there. I'll do that in a little bit. You have nuts and bolts. This washer goes on one side, which is this side. Okay. And then on that side, that'll be the side that fits in over here. If you see how that's a little different, that's where this nut will go to. So the washer will be on that side, the nut will go through there, then you'll have this little spacer dealy thing which holds it in those slots, and then you'll have the nut that goes down, that tightens that up. Also in the box you have the W6 headphones. We'll do a video about these later, but they fold back. They do sell aftermarket headphones. There's one that I'll put a link to on Amazon. I'm not sure if the people who sent me this, Gold Destination Metal Detectors, has those on their site, but I do think they have the Gray Ghost headphones. So this little puck comes off, and you can put that on the headphones I was talking about, or you can put it on the Gray Ghost headphones. Next thing in the pack is this water kit. There's a clip up here and a clip that holds this on. So this part right here will actually go up to the top of this control box. We'll do a video about it later, and clip on there. And then this bottom clip will clip right here over the antenna, or maybe it's over here, wherever it is. We'll put that on for you later. This is a Deus 2 metal detector we've been talking about, and I'm going to go stem to stern of what we know about it so far, so that you can make a wise decision on buying it and what you need to do when you set it up. So the first thing we're going to look at is this screw right here. Underneath the armrest, there's 3 holes. I've taken that screw out. I've moved the armrest the way I want it. I put a little bit of this blue Loctite. Don't get the red, get the blue, and put it in place. The reason for that is because these screws and the 2 screws under this handle have been known to come a little loose, you know, so why not just do it while you're putting it together and don't have to worry about it. Next step is you put the little Velcro strap through the armrest, and that way it'll hold on to your arm while you're swinging it. Those are the 2 screws, once again with the blue Loctite I put under here, so that it will not come loose and I won't lose a screw. The next item to put on is the antenna. This is optional. If you're hunting the ground, you don't have to put the antenna on. Everything is wireless. It'll, you know, the signal will go from the coil to the control box to your headphones without a wire. You only need to put this on if you're going to be using the dye program. Or you're going to be putting the coil in the water down there and covering it up. You know, I'm old school. I don't care about the wire. I like it. Now, I will tell you some pros and cons here. You know, this wire is pretty stiff, and I'm going to show you how to hook it up in a little bit. I wish that Minelab would have made it a little more flexible so that it would go inside the shaft, because a lot of people drill a hole down here so that it'll come up under the shaft, and then there's already a hole down there. That way it's hidden, but it's so long you can't do that, and it's not flexible. So some people, to get around that, they'll take this clip and let it loose and pull the housing a little forward and wrap the coil around here, or excuse me, wrap the excess cord around here. I opted to wrap mine down there. So to put this on, you have this clip. You take the end of this wire, you put it up this way, and then you go back down that way, and then you wrap it around and stick it in there, and this clips on really good and holds it good. That's a big improvement over the old system. The old system was not waterproof like this control unit is, remote control. You had to put this whole thing in a bag and get this wire close to the thing. You know, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So as you notice, I then put some electrical tape right here, and I wanted to keep that very taut, so I put the what do you call it, zip tie to hold it. So it holds it taut here, then it holds it taut down there. I put a little extra here, so before I started this whole thing, I adjusted this to my height, but I put a little extra just in case I want to take it apart. Okay, and then I wrap the excess, you can see down below there, and then I put zip ties over it. And then this comes around and just clips in. Now that's pretty sturdy, but they send you 2 of these little bungee cord O-ring kind of things, which go around, and so you can see I did mine and then put the coil cover back on. I took the coil cover off, wrapped it around, connected it. I doubt it'll ever come off. My old one never came off, but that way you know, it's down here. I'm going to not have to worry about scratching that up or breaking it. If it ever comes off, I'll just put a zip tie. I'm really not happy with that gap in there. There's enough sand that gets in between the coil covers of metal detectors and the coil. So probably when I take that off and clean out the sand, I'll probably just get rid of that, put the coil cover back on, and put a zip tie. So the reason these are taut is so that I didn't do anything here and have it wrapped up so I could collapse it if I have to. These are the little ties that come, that Minelab give you. I like to use them inside the house for like putting cords together. You know, it holds something loosely, but so as long as this is fairly stable and it's not flopping around down there, your coil is not going to read this, and I'll be able to undo these two clips and collapse this some if I have to, you know, because my Jeep has limited space. That's the 11-inch coil. They have a 9-inch coil available. They have a lot of options actually. That'll be a good time to tell you. Don't forget, we're gonna be giving away this Nocta Macro holster for a pinpointer that I got in a mystery box. A link to that video will be at the end of this video, where you can go watch that opening up the mystery box. And then this bag with the complete Macro brand new pinpointer. This is one of those dive ones. You can buy it in an optional accessory, you know, that little loop if you want to. But right now it's set up for dive. It does have this one if you're going to be on land, which you should use because it lets the thing breathe, I guess. But you can fully charge this. It has a charging cable, which is in here. It's a really nice pinpointer, but you know, I got tons of pinpointers. So I'll tell you how to win those a little later on. And let's get back over here. So we've gone through the shaft, the coil. Oh, putting the coil on, just to show you. Look closely on this coil. On this side, there'll be a little, like an indent that looks like the shape of that nut right there. So the nut goes in this way. There's only one rubber washer. It goes on this side. And then on this side, there's a little insert. You know, you can only put it in one way. And then that nut goes on. Now I put a little bit of Vaseline on that nut because I am in salt water and on those threads, and so I don't want the salt to get in there and corrode that stuff up. So that's another little tip. Before we get into this control housing, I want to talk about some pros and cons. You know, I love my old Mine Lab. It had some drawbacks, and this one has been in development for 10 years. So obviously the unit, the remote control, is the huge improvement. Cons are, it's a little bigger, you know, than the other one. Not a big deal. The screen's about the same. Battery life's a little better. Battery life and all of this stuff I think is a little better. You know, it has a 5-year warranty on the whole unit. That's good. 2 years on little parts like this and the chargers and things I showed you earlier. But 5 years on the remote control and the headphones and the coil, you know, as long as you don't abuse it and beat the heck out of it. So some of the cons are, you know, I shouldn't have to go and put little Loctites on these screws. Okay, not a big deal. These type of class really don't hold good. They're nice if they include them, but you know, you could have done a little bit better on these little clips here. We've already talked about the wire, changing that. That's kind of a pain. You know, not that you have to hook it up, but because it's so stiff and so long. You know, it's not big deals. These are personal kind of opinions. But if you spent 10 years redesigning something, you know, you could have made these a little longer. This really doesn't sit on the ground well. It hits here instead of here. I mean, what does it cost, you know, for Deus to put another inch of plastic on there? The handle's nice. It's been upgraded just a little bit from the old one. The cam locks here, I don't know if you call them cam locks, but you know, you just pull them down or push them up. Those are nice. You know, they've redesigned the end a little bit. They're easy to get to. Obvious, this is waterproof. But I think about the two biggest cons are, for me, is one is the headphones. You know, some people love these, some don't. I think you should give the padded ones, you know, as in the package instead of these, but I get it. Save some cost, have options, and there's a lot of options to buy for this. We'll get into that later. Well, let's just talk about options right now for a minute. If you look over here, I got the manual out because I was looking at some programs, but there's an option page in there somewhere. The option page, you can blow this up if you can, but you have the 9-inch coil, the 11-inch coil, you have an 11 by 13 coil, obviously the headphones that came with the W6. Now, I don't know what the WSA2s are. They're different somehow, but they're the back of the head type like W6. Then you got the WSA2 extra large, which I guess are the ear muffs. Anywho, then you got the FX03. Have no idea what those are. I guess they're a plug-in version of the WS6. Then you got the BH01, which are the bone conductors. Those are really nice. I'm going to get a pair of those. The MI6 pinpointer, the MI4, so on and so forth, the lanyards. You know, this is kind of cool because if you want to use the W6, WS6 headphones and take it off, you know, that little puck comes off right there. You can put it on your on your arm, and that little jack adapter is good. You know, speaking of that, you can use that adapter to make your own headphones using normal headphones, or you can buy other people's headphones. I know that Amazon and other detector stores sell like an ear muff type headphone with that puck on it. Grey Ghost sells a model like that. Destination Gold Metal Detectors, shout out to them. You'll see their link below. They sell a lot of accessories. I really like them. I have a link to them, which is an affiliate link. Well, let's get back to what we're going to talk here. So they've really upgraded this. This is waterproof. It actually has a little plug under here. If you're going to be in dive mode, you would put that other plug in, and that completely seals this unit. Kind of like that end of that cap over there. The plug that's in it right now lets it breathe so that it can expand when you're out in the elements, and that's good for, I think, a meter. So it's waterproof. You just can't dive with it, you know, until you put that other plug in. The downside of this thing is you have this screen here, which is the same old kind of cruddy plastic little screen. Now it does have a little film on it that they put on, and I usually leave that on until it starts peeling off, then I peel it off. But in this case, I saw some YouTubers take their old Minelab covers and cut them off because you get a bunch extra in different languages, and that's what I did from my Minelab. And I just cut that to size and stuck it in there, so I got plenty of those. When that gets wore out, I can just put another one on. There's the Minelab there, and that's, you know, it's got a cover on it in English, this little thing here. So anywho, I would have wished that they would have put a much better cover on that would really be glass resistant, like, you know, like a watch face, you know, the whatever they call them, the sapphire or whatever. Another thing is you got to be kind of careful. This does pop off pretty easily. Now it does come with a lanyard here, which is nice of them to include the lanyard. It's kind of a pain in the butt to thread it in down here. I had to use a little needle and catch it, but it does disconnect, so you can disconnect to take it off. You can unclip this so you can put that in the holster, or you can carry it with you or whatever. But there was nowhere to really attach this to, so what I did was, when I put this wire in, I just attached it to this wire. So if I'm in the field, or if I was diving especially, and this popped off because I hit something, I'm not going to lose my remote control. You know, that would be terrible and cost you, what, like $800 to replace it or something, just for the control housing. But it's nice they gave you a lanyard. Don't forget to put that on. So the next best things we want to talk about, that was pretty much the cons of this whole thing. Obviously the pros are better antenna, better controls, and once we start this up, I'm going to kind of put this right here. The neat thing is, when you crank this on by holding that button, you'll see that the headset comes on automatically as well. See it? There it goes. So you can take this off and just use your headset, but it doesn't have as many options. That's for another day. Or you can just use that with all the options. So if you look at this, the first screen it comes up to is, it comes up to your choice of headphones. This is this one, wireless. You can also hit that on and have the speaker going. That one's a plug-in one. The downside is they use their own little round plug in the back to hook the headphones to, right here, which is different than everybody else's round little plug, I think. I actually can't really confirm that. I didn't see if this was the same size, but I don't think my Minelab is. I think they're all, yeah, see, this is different. So, you know, I really wish that detectors companies would do like the old days, where everybody pretty much had the same plug. You know, it's kind of like Apple having their own little stupid charging cable. It's a real pain in the butt. But with that being said, it works. It's nice. So when you buy those other headphones, you can use that. So once you get past the headphones, you select one with the corresponding arrow. You say okay, and it goes into all your programs. Now the big upgrade in this is, not only is it now multi-frequency, and I would show you in this book here, when you go get it, that there's 12 programs, okay, and they all go anywhere from 0 to 40 for the most part, even though this goes up to 45. So the Deus mono goes all the way up to 45, and then most of them go up to 40, and then some of them, like the diving, only go to 14, and the beach goes to 24, and the other beach goes to 40, beach sensitive. So it depends on which program you're using. Okay, and they all have different settings for, you know, whatever, salt sensitivity, auto, iron, you know, so on and so forth, and other sensitivity. So if you go through these, you just need to press the plus or minus button to go through. So right now, that would be Deus Mono. Deus Mono is like the old regular Deus. You can actually pick the frequencies you want to use, I believe, in Deus Mono. Now, the difference, the only thing I don't like about this is you can't go through on any of the programs like pick your own frequencies. I think that I think that Deus should have included, you know, in their software, or maybe in an update, which they might, where I could go and actually choose frequencies, because this has 12 slots for custom programs. So I can be like in beach sensitive and do a program and make changes and then save it as like Greg Beach, which I did later, you'll see. So that was Goldfield I'm in now. That's Relic, diving. Oh, let's go back to diving. Diving, when you're in that mode, you can't like really change a bunch of stuff, and it'll lock these keys, and it has a way to unlock it. We'll do these later, you know, I'll get more involved in that. And the reason for that is the pressure underwater, if you didn't lock the keys, you know, the pressure would press down on them and mess up your program. So that's kind of cool. You got beach sensitive, that's for the deeper stuff and smaller stuff. Oh, and then beach G was my beach sensitive. Beach G, I took beach sensitive and I was messing around with it. So then you got fast, back to general, sensitive FT. I can't really remember. I think that's full tones, what that means. Yeah, that's what that means. And then you got fast, park, and then you got deep HC, which is high conductor. And then Deus, we're back to Deus Mono. So those are the programs. That's how easy it is. When you shut this off, you will see that this will go off. See, it's already off. If you turn it back on here, really nice to ground balance. All you got to do is come over here. Let me get it back on for a minute. Come on. Select the headphones, whatever. To ground balance, you just hold down. Is it this button right here? Nope, it's this button right here. And it does this ground balance or ground grab. Alright kids, well, that's pretty much a wrap up for this video. We're going to do more videos getting into the programs themselves and how to change things and the notching and all that, because it's really good that the way they let you change a lot of things. And so what are we missing? Oh, we're missing the giveaway. Alright, so let's back over here. I'm going to make this real simple. I live in the continental United States, and that's where I'm going to ship these things to. You know, I know that's a problem for people that watch me over in Europe and Canada and whatnot, but, you know, to be honest with you, I don't make, you know, tons of money on my channel, and what little money I do, I give stuff away and whatever, so, you know, it's not like I'm dripping in money here. So charges to ship them plus the hassle of customs is just, you know, I'm a small little one-man guy. So I'm sorry to all you guys, but I still hope you like the videos and don't hold it against me. So to win these, it's real simple. Just get on, leave a comment. I don't care what the comment is, hit the likes button and you're in the drawing. Okay, it's that simple. Watch this video. If you want to know more in the mystery box, I'll link that in the end. You can see me unboxing this because there was other stuff in the mystery box, and that's from the company Destination Gold Metal Detectors. Once again, I do have an affiliate link with them, you know, but they've been nothing but nice. I had an older company that I've done business for 30 years. Their customer service is going downhill. You know, I'm just unhappy with them. They've just, whatever. So that's the news. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you win something. Have a great day.